What's up, everybody? We are coming to you live for the Athens Area Real Estate Market Report. Today we're going to be covering the entire month of April, what's been going on in the pandemic, how real estate is being affected. We got the ups, the downs, all the ins and outs of what's going on in real estate. Alright guys, so like I said, Sean Hayes here, coming to you live, realtor with Keller Williams Greater Athens. I try to come to you as much as I can and give you guys the real meat and potatoes of what's going on here in real estate at a local aspect, right? We can always hear about, what's going on in the big picture, but what's going on right here in the Athens area. I like to cover that and keep you guys well informed. So with that being said, I cover an Athens area. Doesn't mean I only work Athens, it's just where I live, so I cover my homestead. Alright guys, so we're about to hop in. On this side we have the meat and potatoes of what's going on in real estate world. On this side we have all the ins and outs and the average real estate mortgage rates. If you could please like this video, if you could please comment on this video, and if you could please share this video, that would be awesome. Like I said, my overall goal is to try to keep you well informed. So the areas that this covers is, of course, Athens. So you got Clarke County and the Athens area. So Metro Athens, we'll call it. You got Madison County, Jackson County, Barrow County, Oconee County, Oglethorpe, and Clarke for sure. All right, guys. So that's what I'm covering. And with that being said, let's go ahead and hop in. Bailey, can you see all this?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Alright guys, so like I said, we're covering the entire month of April 2020. It's been a crazy month. We've been in a pandemic, but real estate's an essential business, so that's why these numbers are so important. So right now there's 512 active listings, and one thing that I did forget to mention is these are only single-family residential detached houses. I could include some of the other stuff, but this is really like 90% of what's sold here, so I'm just covering these. Alright, so there's 512 active listings right now, with an average list price of $440,000. Your average days on market is 98, so this is going to be a number that's going to be important over the next few weeks and months that we're tracking. All right, so that's what's active right now. All right, new this month, there's 241 new listings. So when people are so concerned about, is it a good time to sell your house? What should I do? The listings are still coming on the market. So if you're a buyer, definitely feel free to continue to go out and look at homes. Be safe, use your social distance, wash your hands, and wear a mask when possible. But yes, there is still a super low inventory, but there is new inventory coming on the market every day. All right, your average list price is $319,000, so about $120,000 difference between what came on this month and what's been sitting on the market for a little bit longer. Obviously, these are just in the month of April, so they haven't been on the market that long. Closed transactions. You can see that there's 313 closed transactions for the month of April. And I went back last year, I was just interested to see how this pandemic is affecting us right now. Last year, the same month, there was 466 closings. So you can see that's down quite a bit, like 140 something transactions. So you can see we're still in the seller's market. Closed transaction is down a little bit, and I think that's really because that there's even a smaller amount of inventory right now. So I don't think we're going into much of a shift as people keep saying that we are. This is definitely not 2008. I think I'm going to make a whole side video about the difference between what happened in 2008. Alright, so you can see last year there's 466, this year there's 313. But there's some good news, right? So your list average for this past year is 293,000. Alright, that's up, okay, from last year, almost $20,000. Last year, your average list price was $274,000. So that's awesome. That's what we like to see. That is one of the best things about real estate is when you buy a house, it typically appreciates. So hold on to your assets, guys. Let's ride through this wave. You can see people last year bought, they should have a significant amount of equity already built into the house that the market put there for them. It's beautiful. We love real estate. All right. Your sale average was $287,000. So not too bad. It's right about a 98% list to sales price. So those two numbers are very important, right? If you're considering listing your house, this is something that you really want to think about. All right. So I'm probably going to get 98% of what I listed at. Now there's a few different methods, and you want to talk to your realtor about that, about how you want to attack that approach. A lot of people try to go high and hope that people beat them down. Some people go low and get into a bidding war. Some people price it right where it should be and get the best offer possible. So a few different strategies. Talk to your realtor before you list it and before you come to an agreement in your head already, or a number in your head already. All right, so that also is up almost $20,000 from last year, right? So last year the average sales price was $270,000. That's free money, guys. It's just market appreciation. It's what happens. Of course, like anything, stocks, real estate, it's a cyclical cycle, so they could come up, they could go down, but we can see the numbers don't lie. From last year, they're up $20,000 average, right? You can't beat that. All right, your average days on market was 42. Something that I didn't write down, but I remember just from looking up, was this is down. Last year, the average sale date took 55 days, and we're down to 42. This is crazy because most loan officers are running on skeleton crews and stuff right now, and we're still able to close a house in right around 30 to 45 days is the average right now, which is it's incredible. It's incredible. Honestly is. So you're back on market to 61. This number I thought was a little high, and I think a big reason of that is because the economy has pretty much came to a halt over this past month, right? So a lot of people have been laid off. A lot of people just don't have the disposable income that they used to have. A lot of people had to start digging into their savings, which made quite a lot of people not be able to qualify for loans, unfortunately. So I think that that's probably the biggest reason why this number is a little bit higher than we're used to. Daylin, can you see these down here on the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But you know, it's not just that, guys. A lot of times houses come back on the market. It could be an inspection, right? It could be a buyer and a seller. They couldn't come to an agreement for some reason about who should fix what or who should pay for what, yada yada yada. And they say, you know what? At the end of the day, we're just going to go ahead and terminate this deal. Cool, it happens. But I think my opinion, the biggest reason is financing. Is why somebody came back. So expired listings, you had 21. So pretty much just a listing, never sold, could have went under contract and just never closed in time. It happened. So 21 expired, not too bad. And there was 35 withdrawn. So I think that's a little bit of a higher number here as well. And I think honestly, it has to do with COVID-19. It's a little bit higher than we're going to be used to seeing. Maybe people, they weren't safe, they weren't comfortable with people coming into their house. All right, guys, so that's kind of the meat and potatoes of what's going on here in real estate. I hope you find these numbers incredibly helpful. Now let's hop into the mortgage rate, right? These are mortgage rates. Thank you to Ameris Bank for sending me these rates every week. So these are coming straight from the bank. They're not from me, but I'm going to give them to you guys. So let's talk conventional, right? So your conventional 30-year, these are all fixed loans, by the way. Your 30-year fix is 3.125, which is still crazy low. I mean, I keep saying every week, there's no way that these can go lower. There's no way that these can go lower, and somehow they continue to stay low or go a little bit lower. So I guess I'm just going to keep saying that, and hopefully that these rates come down and you guys can lock in some awesome rates or refinance your house right now. Your 15 years at 2.875. This is crazy. Under 3% interest rate. It's like the closest that you're going to get to free money. It's incredible. So, if you're thinking about buying here in the next few months, try to lock something in now, right? Ask a loan officer, hey, how do I lock in one of these rates so when I want to buy my house in June, right? Worth a conversation. All right, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. So these are all your government-backed loans. Your FHA being the 3.5% down payment, with your VA and USDA being your 100% finance. Obviously, your VA, you have to be a veteran. Your USDA, this qualifies for anything outside of Clarke County. So remember I said that I covered Madison, Jackson, Barrow, Oconee, and Oglethorpe? Well, all of those counties qualify for 100% financing using your USDA loan. Obviously, there's some stipulations with debt to income, but worth a question to your loan officer. Hey, what do I have to do to get that? Your 30-year fix is 2.75. Dang, I mean, that's crazy that they're that low. Your 15 years at 3%. Typically, your 30 years is going to be a little bit better on these loans because these are government-backed loans, so they want you to have the safest possible loan, and your payment being stretched out over 30 years is going to be much lower than stretched into 15 years. And your jumbo loan, so this is anything over $510,000. Your 30 year is a 3.75, and your 15 year is a 4.0. So that's what's going on in the mortgage world. These are where most of the questions about how do I buy a house? Where do I start? This is the fun stuff. This is what I really get to help out with. Finding the house, going through the negotiation process. It's fun. I love it. Hope you guys find this stuff incredibly helpful. If you have a question, comment, concern, like I said, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Even after this video is off, I'm pretty much always on social media, so I can help you out anytime, any place, anytime. Be grateful, guys. We're still living in a great country. Things are still going on. Even if you're going through a tough time, keep your head up. We're going to get through this all together. If you need anything from me, any help, if you just want to talk, feel free to slide in my DMs, guys. I'm seriously here to help, man. And I know a lot of people are going through a lot of hard times right now. If you have any questions, I know we've done food drops to both hospitals here in Athens over the past few weeks. If you want to be a part of doing another food drop, please feel free to slide in my DMs. We're trying to put another one together because Lord knows that those people are out legitimately on the front lines fighting this pandemic. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this information. Any questions, feel free to always give me a call, text, or email. I'm here to help. And with that being said, have a good week. Let's get after it.